That dude deserves to be hung upside down and slowly dipped into like boiling marinara sauce.
Why marinara?
Oh, boiling water. Yeah, he's a water guy that wouldn't give them water. Boiling water sounds great.
Yeah,
Marinara
I like that.
sauce.
Fuck that guy.
We didn't give water because we need to have a conversation about equity.
They don't have any. Their houses are gone.
Yeah.
And their families.
Yeah.
And them.
Maui Wowie!
Insane. Whoa, did you see that just shoot across? Did anyone else see that?
A lot of things that are blue, for some reason, stood the test of the fire. That this blue car in these homes had blue in it. I mean, it gets weird. Here, blue survived it. The cloth, the boat that survived in the ocean. And these are all just the mainstream articles showing this. The boat was blue. The car that survived, right? It's still blue. Yeah. I mean, this is what they showed in the mainstream news.
I am the highest version of myself. I'm the highest version of myself. I know I am that I am.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Godspeed Podcast. I am Joe Guy.
I am Dan Eats Everything.
How about that?
What?
I was saying, how about that? You eat everything. How about that? Still drinking them Red Bulls, huh?
No sugar, buddy. No sugar.
Because it's not what they substitute the sugar with is so much better.
Wise man once told me sugar will make you gay.
Dan Eats Everything, guys. Or not Dan Eats Everything. Don't listen to Dan. Got so many channels here.
Hey.
So you're going to start incorporating some Dan Eats Everything into the Godspeed channel?
I think I'll keep the Dan Eats Everything separate.
Okay. All right. So, no episodes will come here or there, so it's fine.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. That was a little uncalled for.
How are you?
I'm great. I really am great. Why are you laughing? That hurts my feelings. I say I'm great and you laugh?
No, I just transition was good. Very smooth.
Okay. All
right.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're talking about today?
I never know. I don't even. Just so the audience knows, Joe sends me cliff notes every single week. Here's an outline of what we're going to talk about. Here's some things you should probably possibly research. Please do your homework. I usually go, and we'll just fuck it. We'll do it live.
Now I see.
Ma'am, this is from corporate. How many times have I told you that there's a special filing cabinet for things from corporate?
You haven't told
It's
me.
called the waste paper basket. Look at that.
There's episodes.
So,
There's episodes where you should be doing research because your arguments are ridiculous.
I think I make sense.
Well, I'm always holding something. All right, so let's just get
Dick
started.
between your lips. What?
Ew.
Huh?
That was really gay. What are you, some kind of fagola?
What are you, some fucking?
What are you, some kind
Friend?
of fagola?
What are you, some friend of mine?
Friend of yours, of
I
course.
wasn't gonna say that
We're
F
friends.
word, dude. It's rude.
All right. Here's the first video. So this video is literally just really long.
Hold
so
on. What's
I'm
this?
just
What
gonna
are we-
pause it every now and then. What's up?
What are we talking about today?
I told you last week.
I don't remember.
Maui Wowie.
Oh, Maui Wowie. He
Yes,
used to
sir.
smoke the shit out of that, bro.
Bro. All right, let's get into it.
Let's get him going.
Play.
This is going to change, in my opinion, the whole direction of this entire investigation.
And for the record, I will say this. It was not a natural disaster. This emergency proclamation is a fall. Funny, how all the common people were taken out in one fell swoop of a fire. Fire department, police department on Maui did nothing to get those people out.
Why do you think they didn't turn the sirens on?
I don't know.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not. And the reason why, and
so many people said they could have been saved if they had time to escape. Had a siren gone off, they would have known that there was a crisis emerging. And as we know, so many bodies were found in the ground.
Do you want him to give you the answer, or do you want to give? Well, then let him finish.
That's the mayor.
His answer.
Sorry, there's a lot of people.
Well, you're talking and you're not letting him talk. If you want to talk, come up here.
I'm ready for the answer.
Then wait.
There's a lot going on here that is way beyond anything that anybody wants to believe. But there was no warning. Fires went from 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock at night going. No military came. The whole community is mourning the deaths of over 1,500 people. They killed innocent men, women, and children.
The sad thing that I have right now in my hand is this court document. In fact, they blocked roads. And I can say that with a fact because the people in Lahaina testified to that.
And I walked all the way from Safeway to the chart house. Not one car had moved. And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic. Well, it was a policeman. And I got to the end and I looked up north. There were no obstructions. There was no reason to keep those cars there.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under orders to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to hit Front Street. You know, these people got to get out of here. And he said, I'm following orders.
No way.
And I keep walking down the highway, and I look behind, no cars are coming out. I walked all the way to Waikuli Beach, still no cars coming out. And I started hearing boom, boom, boom. Then I heard people screaming and stuff.
You're saying they were blockaded in by the police at the end of Front Street?
Yeah.
What you think so far, bud? That was a lot of info real quick because it's just, yeah.
I need more.
Yeah, but so we should have did this in the beginning, but so what have you heard about the Maui fires, like from a mainstream perspective?
So something you should know about me, I don't watch a lot of TV unless it's
streaming
or right, and I search out things I want to. So and when this whole thing was going on, I didn't really look into it. So I don't really know that much about it, honestly.
Okay.
I just know that there was fires there, a lot of property was destroyed, and a lot of people died.
Yeah.
But I don't know much other than that.
Okay. So this is all new to you.
Yeah. This is all new.
What is your initial? I know you said you need more, but what is your initial sense going into it? You didn't really know much.
It seems like the locals are kind of snitching on the government. On the government.
The government.
On the government.
Yep.
Fucking snitching on the government.
Good. Fuck.
Yeah,
those
me
people.
too. Me too. Fuck the government.
Fuck those lizard people. We're going to do an episode on lizard people, and I'm going to do research on lizard people again. All right. I'll do it again.
That's one you can't get into, huh, Joe?
I can't. I'll try it again. I mean, I did I look in? I think I looked into flat Earth probably 3 or 4 years before I actually, because I remember I Ubered a guy from San Diego to Orange County. This is back in 2016, and he was going on and on about the Illuminati and how the government is this and that and Obama and then he started going into flat Earth, and I'm like, bro,
just get out of my car.
Yeah, get out of here. And then I probably did stupid research like you've done and was like, oh, it's dumb, and just dropped it 5 minutes later. So
yeah.
Anyway, stupid research like you've done. I love you. All right, let's get.
Joe's looking for a new co-host.
All right,
motherfucker.
Maybe I'll find that Uber driver, but then we'll agree on everything, and it won't even.
Echo chamber loving son of a bitch.
Who, me? Bro, every time I do any episode, I look at both friggin' sides. And
yeah. Just loving telling me I'm stupid. That's fine.
But
bound lanes then shut down. This video shows no cars on the blocked off highway still. 5:24 p.m. 2.5 hours later, when Debbie Schultz Peterson shot this video. Miller's video documented the lane closure during that time. He says police directed traffic down Keave Street into the cannery.
And either went out the backside on the front street. I could see that everyone was blocked, so I went out and I came this way, and I got under the power line.
But there's more. Those trying to exit the middle of town from Lahaina Luna are also obstructed heading southbound. Before 3:30 p.m., Amanda Cassidy is among the early evacuees.
Anything could happen at any second, and I know that every second counts in those moments.
She leaves Lahaina Luna Makai of the bypass, but in this photo, she says when she reaches Lahaina Luna Road and the highway, it's blocked off by an officer, not just to the north, but south as well.
It's very complex, but I gotta tell you, I met with them. I'm also the coroner for those that don't know that.
It is illegal for the captain or sheriff, whatever he is, to also be the coroner.
Why?
It just is. He's like judge, jury, execution. You know what I mean? Like, if you have access to the bodies and you're also the investigator.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
I see how that could be fucked up.
And that's our Vegas buddy. That's the guy that was in charge of Vegas.
I was gonna say, he looks familiar.
He was the incident commander in Vegas. Yep. Fuck. They're all yeah.
Play the video, Joe.
Okay.
Just play the video.
Count the bodies. You know how many of them are children. How many children are dead? Step back, please. How many children are dead, Mayor?
When you have them unleashing actual lasers on Americans and destroying their homes and murdering children, I mean, that's what happened here. They murdered children stuck in their homes.
Is there talk among the locals of what could have been done to prevent this tragedy?
Yeah. A lot of talk.
Before we go on, more than 2,000 children from Lahaina Public School still missing after Maui wildfires. They shut down schools because of a wind advisory. And more will go into that. But 2,000 children are missing from the fires? No bodies, nothing? Yeah, they were charred because I think they used laser because everything that was blue didn't get burned, but these children were taken. Like, they were fucking taken. All right, I'll keep going.
They could have given us warning. They sent all the kids home from school because of the wind advisory. And we found out yesterday that we lost a whole neighborhood of children.
Yes, horrific. The Lahaina Luna housing area, all the kids were home. One of our co-workers messaged us yesterday saying every one of his friends in the neighborhood is dead.
When they're willing to do that, and all of the other aforementioned, the things that you were talking about that they can unleash, but they also cater to those that are waking up by giving them some sort of a reprieve, that they are willing to murder innocent children who are trapped inside of their homes with no schools open, with no alarms or signals sounding at all. Keep in mind, ironically, this is the most advanced signal alarm system that we have in the entire country. This is a freaking island state. They have now shown you that they will physically go to war with you and kill you for your property and to destroy the nuclear family and to destroy freedom in this country and to overtake this country, to usher in a one world governance so that you are 100% dependent on the agenda of those at BlackRock and Klaus Schwab. This was a military style attack. Our government has openly declared war on its people, period.
Israel is reportedly rolling out.
What you think so far?
I think it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Obviously, people dying is fucked up, no matter what the cause. Yeah. But if we have actual proof that our own government did it, boy.
Yeah.
People need to wake the fuck up.
Yeah. These episodes are fucking like. So many people just like, if they see like me advertise an episode or something like that, they probably think I'm fucking bad shit. But once you actually watch the episodes, like
a lot of know you're bad shit.
Well, no. Yeah. Yeah.
That being said, though, like if our government is doing this shit, clean your rifles, boys.
Yo, for real.
Clean your rifles.
Clean them.
Load up your magazines.
Yeah. Load up your magazines. Shit's nuts, man. All right, keep going.
New defense system.
Keep it rolling.
It's the stuff of sci-fi movies. Israel calls it its defensive trump card. It's the Iron Beam anti-missile laser system. Our next report tells you what's the Iron Beam and how it can be a game changer.
Look at this video from last year. That's US President Joe Biden getting ready for a photo shoot. It's at the Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. What's all the fuss for? Look at what's above his head. The giant camera lens-like thing. That's the reason for all this excitement. Because it's Israel's ace in the hole. The Iron Beam laser anti-missile system. The Iron Beam is a technological marvel. The fruit of years of research in high-intensity lasers. It was first unveiled at a Singapore air show in 2014, and after 7 years it seems to be ready for battlefield action. Israel has said it can focus the beam to the diameter of a coin within that distance. The Iron Beam fires lasers that can reach energy levels of about 100 kilowatts. For context, that's about 24 grams of TNT exploding every second. Here's a video released by Israel's defense.
If you want to save big on energy bills this winter, you need to hear this.
Forces last year, showing a successful test of the Iron Beam. How it works is simple. Israel isn't going to replace all its systems with the Iron Beam. But the Iron Beam and other lasers will get stronger over time, signaling the beginning of the age of laser warfare.
As Oprah was saying, it is a clean, direct...
That's our people. And if this is just a money...
So that's just showing you that there's technology... sorry, my audio is, I was getting a lot of feedback. It's just showing you that they have technology for these giant lasers to literally wipe places away. You know?
Yeah. I want to see more.
Okay.
What the fuck, man? You keep stopping the videos.
Yeah, because the whole point of the podcast is to talk. Not just to watch the videos. I can give you the links to watch the fucking videos. Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. I gotta have an opinion. So what the fuck was The Rock doing with Oprah?
They own property in Hawaii that didn't get burned because they had blue roofs.
Oh.
Well, they have blue roofs, but the fire didn't go near their houses anyway.
That's kind of weird.
Why would they have blue roofs?
I wonder.
And why does Oprah own? They'll get more. We have clips that talk about more about Oprah, the fucking demon. Oh. Back to it.
Any issue for you guys? Get out of your seat. This is devastation, and I could go on and on with the people who showing themselves on social media, the celebrities.
Right now, we are in a state of emergency.
What do I do? This is what you do. The People's Fund of Maui.
This was planned years ago.
It's now happening.
Oprah Winfrey has been buying up land in Maui like crazy. A 520-acre plot for $3.89 million this year. 330 acres for $2.47 million. 2 10-acre swaths of land for $100,000 each last year. In the last few years, she has gone from about 100 acres of land in Maui to over 1,000 acres.
Oprah could come in. Who is she? Who is she? We didn't need her in there in Bowen High. Get her out.
So that guy the last guy she was with was like Bill Clinton's like therapy guy and like all these like top celebrities and like government people. He was like their like doctor, like physical therapy doctor kind of guy or whatever. And like he got arrested for like tons and tons of child porn and like
You don't say.
Strange company that he keeps.
Somebody close to Bill Clinton is a pedophile, huh?
Yeah. Shocked.
Weird.
I'm shocked.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
Oh.
Bro. Did you see that Beavis and Butthead clip where they're like they go to a college campus and they end up going into one of the classrooms and they're talking about white privilege. So Beavis and Butthead learn about white privilege. I won't be able to put the clip in actually because I'll get copyrighted and probably taken down. But they learn about white privilege and they're told that like they don't have to deal with they can do whatever they want because they assume that they have the privilege to do whatever they want and cops won't bother them because of their skin color. So they go around campus just fucking destroying everything, stealing food and just talking shit. We're like, yeah, we're allowed to do this. This is what we've been taught. And then they steal a cop car and the cops fucking are aiming guns at him. And they're like, don't you know we're privileged? Fucking funny. It's like, we're gonna go on Wall Street. We're gonna work on Wall Street. It's funny. It's funny as fuck.
It is funny.
Anyway, I'll send you.
They leaned into it. I like that.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny how they. Yeah, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna play.
I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned, but I'm not surprised. The dots are connecting. And coincidence seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell. But I can. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by million and billionaires, it wasn't touched by the flames while homes of the locals all burned? Was it a coincidence that the flames traveled across hundreds of feet of pavement and crossed a 4-lane highway with emergency shoulders to jump into the ocean and then burn all the boats? Was it a coincidence that the largest system of outdoor emergency sirens in the world never made a sound as the fire devoured Lahaina? Was it a coincidence that at the same time, very same time, all the water was turned off? Was it a coincidence that police were ordered to block off streets and to funnel all the cars trying to escape onto one road where that firestorm incinerated entire families? How about the coincidence that the governor of Hawaii, Josh Green, just weeks before that inferno, signed a pledge to the UN's 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development, pledging to eliminate emissions? Weird. And think about this coincidence. That governor also signed an emergency proclamation on July 17th, 3 weeks before the fire, about housing of all things, and suspended 7 state statutes protecting historic preservation laws, removing all of the red tape when it comes to building infrastructure. Coincidentally, that emergency proclamation also suspends previous building laws and gives the governor some magic wand power to appoint a housing czar to rule on the island's redevelopment. Is it a coincidence that the government put up a black fence around Lahaina, or that the FAA grounded all drones from flying over the affected areas? Is it a coincidence that since at least 2011, there have been plans to make Maui the first smart city run by 100% renewable energy, and that coincidentally, 2 of the 3 largest landowners on Maui are BlackRock and the U.S. government, and that both are part of the UN's agenda? It must be a coincidence then that the locals whose homes did not burn are now being evicted from their property. And of course, a total coincidence that all the fact checkers who are checking these facts, who say everything I just told you is just a coincidence, are also owned and run by BlackRock. Thank goodness none of these coincidences is connected.
Bruh.
Yeah. Right?
Oh boy.
Right?
This one's wild, man.
Dude, a lot of them are, bro.
Yeah, but this one's like, this one's wild. You got me in my feels right now. I'm about to fuck it.
Dude, it's just like Randy's book. Last week.
Yeah.
Like last week's episode, we went through like victims faking it and stuff like that. So, but if nobody got hurt at the concert, there was still shootings everywhere else all over the strip.
Right.
You know what I mean? So who knows? But anyway, yeah, it's fucked up. And then the police barricade them in the town.
Yeah. It's a lot of coincidences that aren't connected, thank God.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Back to Oprah's cunt ass.
Ugh. Orpa.
Oprah Winfrey has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Jeff Bezos has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Bill Gates has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. How did the fire know to avoid the most expensive mansions? Wake up.
Let me tell you what got me censored, because I'm not scared to say it. I say it right to anybody's face.
That's a UFC
Fires
fighter.
In Hawaii were not natural. They did it with lasers mounted onto the nose of aircraft. They also don't burn blue objects, so a lot of the objects there that were blue didn't get melted.
Any logical person can look at this and go, hey,
oh
man,
my lord, look at the motor.
How did this grass fire cause this car?
Pause it. How does a fire melt everything? Metal, aluminum, everything, except for blue. And it's proven you that lasers don't burn blue shit. The video on the left, right there. It's not burning the blue, it's burning everything else. That's why Oprah has a blue roof. Not that they went to her house anyway. All right, I'll play it. What?
It's just weird they found, that the fires burnt everything, but they found blue cloth just laying on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. They saw there's a blue tarp too.
Right. Didn't get burned somehow.
Yeah. Bro. All right.
To completely melt. Look at this look at this motor.
The manifold.
Where's the manifold?
Right here.
I know. Where is it?
It's dust.
It seems like it's applauded in society that we give $8 billion to Israel. I'm sure we give them that weekly. But to announce, hey, we're going to give them $8 billion, Maui is still in ashes. Where's the money from a state in our own country? With the $8 billion that they're sending to their best friends in Israel, they could have built everyone a new house in Maui and then gave them a year's salary. And no one's doing shit.
That's Hibbler. That's the dude that made that whole entire video we just watched. He's done a ton of videos. I'm going to start doing videos like you're doing. Just random, like 5 to 10 minute videos. In one of my videos, I'm going to actually go through and I'm going to put down all of my sources for a lot of my videos and stuff. A bunch of my videos, it's hard to find the source because it's literally people taking it and stitching it, and you know what I mean? But the main people that we see constantly, I'll make sure I do a video where I actually give all the sources and stuff like that. So if anybody's interested in that, yeah. All right, I'll play it.
Any comments on the rising death toll in Maui?
Will you come talk about the Hawaii response, Mr. President?
The blame for the fires of West Maui is falling upon Hawaiian Electric, who knew as early as 4 years ago that there was a risk of fire due to their own negligence in maintaining power lines, but they did nothing. Hawaiian Electric, who is owned by Vanguard and BlackRock, has been shifting their focus to clean energy. And in order to build back better, the old system must first be destroyed. And so the power was left on to feed the flames. The warning system on Maui is one of the most advanced and maintained warning systems on Earth. Residents are accustomed to monthly tests, but on the day of the fire, no sirens went off. There were no warnings. The director in charge of this warning system was at a FEMA disaster seminar in Oahu as the fires were devastating the people of Maui.
According to documents obtained by H&N Investigates, Andaya was in Waikiki at the Alohalani Resort attending what was scheduled to be a 3-day FEMA disaster preparedness seminar called the Pacific Partnership Meeting. A receipt from the hotel shows Andaya checked in last Monday, a day before the fire started. That same receipt lists a departure date of Wednesday, August 9th, the morning after flames reduced Lahaina town to ash. According to Tuesday's agenda, the day wrapped up with a networking reception at the hotel's Longboard Club from 5 to 7 that evening. The same time, people were running for their lives, trying to escape flames that engulfed the town.
When asked if he regretted not sounding the alarm, he said no, because he was worried that the people would run into the fire. But instead, they burned to death at home, including an untold number of children who were home alone that morning because of a school cancellation. The water wasn't on, fire hydrants were dry, and the deputy director of water resource management, who was named an Obama Foundation leader, refused to release water for the West Maui fires until it was too late. He says that in order to share water, Hawaiians need to discuss equity.
Really, my motto is always like, let water connect us and not divide us. Like we can share it, but it requires true conversations about equity.
That dude deserves to be hung upside down and slowly dipped into like boiling marinara sauce.
Why marinara?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something that's not just water. Oh, boiling water. Yeah, he's a water guy that wouldn't give them water. Boiling water sounds great.
Yeah,
marinara sauce. Give him a little bit of poison sugar and stuff while we're at it.
Yeah.
While he dies.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hey, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm with you.
Did you hear him?
Fuck that guy.
We didn't give water because we need to have a conversation about equity.
They don't have any. Their houses are gone.
Yeah.
And their families.
Yeah.
And them.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
While the fires burned, a book was published about the entire event. The book blamed climate change and was written by a Dr. Miles Stones. The definition of milestone is an action or event marking a significant change or stage in development. Hawaii is being usurped by the same billionaires pushing for the World Economic Forum's Great Reset. They have been planning on turning Maui into a test bed for their artificial intelligence smart grid. But the people were in their way, so they burned them out. Maui will either be a major milestone for the ruling class or a line in the sand for we the people. The federal government offers a one-time payment of $700 to each family that has lost their home. And the governor of Hawaii tells reporters that the state plans on acquiring the land.
I'm already thinking about ways for the state to acquire that land so that we can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make it open spaces in perpetuity as a memorial to people who were lost.
And if it wasn't for the local community, the survivors would be left alone to die in the ashes of their neighbors.
Yeah. We're going to keep it we're going to take everybody's land in perpetuity as a memorial.
Dude, if this doesn't smell like a fucking...
Bro, it's fucked up, man. It's a land grab.
Yeah.
Just kill off hundreds of people for a land grab. Thousands of people.
Originally, I didn't know all these people died. I didn't know that was part of it. I thought, obviously a few, but the way they're making this sound is like most of the people who lived in the area that was affected ended up dead.
Yeah. They were barricaded in by the cops.
Right, yeah, right. Was that Gunner?
Yeah.
Gunner's having a sleep. This is wild, bro.
Yeah.
This is wild. And anyways, I thought it was like a land grab to potentially like build resorts to be more profitable and things like that. But this sounds like some fucking elite bullshit.
Yeah.
They want an island to themselves.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Let's get them all on the island, and then let's nuke that bitch.
Oh, dude, I am trying to be a peaceful person these days, but I wouldn't stop it.
Yeah, no, let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Back to it.
So where I'm at right now, just to orientate you, you can see the lights for the football stadium right there at Lahaina Luna. So we're right below Lahaina Luna High School in the neighborhood that did not, I repeat, did not burn. You can see all these houses are standing around here, unburned. There's no burn here, okay? So to me, this is like something out of a space movie, because you have this small field with some grass that burned, right? You can see where the grass burned. But then you have these two vehicles sitting in here that have melted aluminum. So Donovan, if you want to just take us through this car real quick and show us, I know you know a few things about cars, you can point out some things that require a very high temperature. By the way, we just talked to the neighbor who was talking to an investigator in Lahaina Town yesterday, and he said the investigator told him the temperatures reached in excess of 3,000 degrees. So tell us what you got, Donovan.
Well, we have about 300 degrees for aluminum, and this
300?
1300.
1300, okay, thank you.
1300, well, 1220, but if you round it up, because it was not only melted, it was liquefied to the point where it
ran
became
down
a river of aluminum going down the dirt hill.
So this is the aluminum rim, obviously. There's the tire, what's left of it, the steel threads or steel belts.
And maybe a combination gas tank if the gas tank's aluminum.
Okay, okay. So you have liquefied aluminum running down the side of a grass fire.
The caliper melted, unless they stole it, but it looks like the bolts are still there. So that, and then you get the belt, the steel belt of the tire, which is just a bunch of a wire mesh laying there, and you have the windows that were melted, the back window. If you look at the big old, like, almost like...
The glass is just melted. Everything is locked up. Matter of fact, this gentleman next door, he was on Front Street yesterday, and he was supposed to get access, and then the mayor shut it down because people were taking pictures. So they don't want pictures taken of anything in Lahaina Town, because they don't want you to see this would be my guess.
What do you think about the cars in the middle of a field with nothing burned around the field?
I mean, I don't know much about fires, like grass fires, wildfires. I don't know what the temperatures reach up to.
Yeah.
But
and those were cars, they have fuel, but bro.
Right.
Bro.
I've seen a car on fire. It doesn't melt. The aluminum doesn't melt.
Yeah.
When a car from a, you know what I mean? When I've driven by many cars on fire on the highway.
Yeah, you don't see liquid.
That sounds.
You don't see liquid aluminum running down the cars.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Much like other recent fires, such as Paradise, California, there have been several anomalies involving the recent fires in Maui. In the middle of an area untouched by fire, a random car with melted glass and melted aluminum alloy wheels, and NORAD-tracked CCP satellites directly above all three fires at the time of ignition. Many people are saying it's directed energy weapons, and we are not getting any answers from our criminal government. The people of Lahaina have been given access back into their neighborhood, and there are more of these anomalies being discovered. A viral video of the Lahaina Pentecostal Church shows what appears at first glance to be an electrical fire in the ceiling. But how is everything in the church pristine, except for a portion of the roof seam and the wall at one end? Many are saying this looks like a laser cut through the roof.
What?
Right? So fucking obvious. Everything they do is obvious, but nobody fucking does research, so they believe the mainstream bullshit.
Bro, what are they doing?
What
are they?
Yo, you're asking the question that just puzzles me. Don't even try that hard when they do this shit either. They just fucking do it and then have horrible cover up every time. Like, there's so many holes in everything.
How do the American people not get angry and demand fucking answers? And
nobody does any research on anything.
There's got to be some fucking accountability for this shit, man.
Bro. That's the thing. It's not conspiracy analysts. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy analyst. We don't try to be contrarian. We follow the evidence. And all of these things lead back to the same group.
Yeah.
And I've already started doing stuff for that episode, so that is coming soon. It's not getting pushed back anymore. Probably a few weeks.
Well, I gotta say, Joe, it's about fucking time.
I know. I wanted it to be episode 13, and then it got pushed. I wanted it to be 33, and it got pushed. So now it's going to be on like January 13th. I think that's the date I have set for it.
All right.
January 13th.
Okay.
What's today? The 3rd? Yeah, so a month and a half. A little less.
Okay. We'll see. What the fuck? Where's the accountability, these fucking cocksuckers, bro?
I'm hoping the thing that just went down is gonna bear some fruit. We'll see. We'll see if the Q stuff is real or not.
All right.
There is an area with just a few buildings that have been totally devastated by fire, while everything surrounding them has been untouched. It is unclear as to how these random buildings caught fire.
And obviously the building next door is fully intact, no structural damage, no fire damage whatsoever. And then you have this building here. You can see the scuba tanks in there. This was one of the dive shops. You can see it's completely and utterly burned from the inside out.
And there are automobiles in untouched areas that somehow completely burned out. Once again, with melted glass and aluminum.
Right? Little parking lot, gravel. Everything's looking good. Those cars are probably working somewhere. These have been here for a while. But then this thing, and I know it didn't get moved here because you can still see the scorch marks on the building. Okay, so how'd this thing catch fire? Scorch marks, right? It was definitely burning right here. Just a random car fire? Random truck fire? Okay, look at this. Look at this. How could this car? Okay, the building is perfectly fine. We got a concrete parking lot, right? I mean, even the trees are still good. And yet we got this guy. I mean, this car is melted, bro. This thing got absolutely melted.
What the fuck?
I mean, there's nothing. Someone probably threw that water bottle in there, but look at this thing, man. Now talk to me, people. Somebody, not a conspiracy theorist, but somebody that understands something about fires. Tell me, in the midst of this fire, is there an ember that's big enough that could float over here, incinerate this car, melt it, and nothing else around it? I don't think it was moved here, right?
No way it was moved there.
It's just tripping me out. How did it catch fire? What happened? I don't even see flame marks back there. I see marks here, brown, black. You can see it happened here, right?
The wood survived the fire, but other objects were turned to piles of ash. In many of these piles,
some ain't right.
They rely on the media to give everybody the bullshit story. And that's what everybody runs with.
Something ain't right, man.
Yeah.
The ash appears to have been metal.
Why is all this on fire? Or why did it all... There's not even a structure here. But, again, I don't know. Just piles of ashes of stuff that was clearly made out of some kind of tin foil or metal or something. I don't know, the metal really took a hammering on this fire. If you were metal, I mean, wood, you're kind of good, right? Wood, yeah, you're not too bad. You're metal, you're done.
We aren't getting any answers. The victims of Lahaina are being ignored while the government funnels money to Israel.
What were you thinking? You're going to say something?
Wood, you're good. Well, it doesn't catch fire. The metal?
Yeah.
Metal, you're done.
How does that make any fucking sense at all? Yeah, bro.
Make it make sense, bro.
I can't. And that's why this is an episode. What was that?
I don't know.
Okay. I can't make it make sense. If I could make it make sense, it wouldn't be an episode. But I get what you're saying.
She's tweaking me out right now.
Yeah.
And the metal culvert is melted. Look at the metal culvert. Look at that. That's a metal culvert, man. It melted. And just a little bit of grass, right? Why is that metal culvert charred?
And a frog has been found at ground zero, frozen in mid-jump, suggesting an instantaneous flash of high energy.
This right here is a toad that is petrified or mummified in mid-leap. So you can see the angle of it. It's not squatting down. It's very symmetrical in every way that it is. And you can see those legs just jumping. So whatever it is that happened in a split second.
Makes me worried about if they can do that to them, who else can they do it to? And when,
yeah.
You know?
Bro. We already did the chemtrail episode with weather manipulation and all that. They've been doing that shit to us with weather for years. Earthquakes. Like, they control the fucking weather, man. Most of it.
I'm not into that. What I am into is clearly you can see this was created and directed towards them.
Yeah. But I mean, they do that. You can get on a plane and they can do that to you. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm wondering when and who is next.
Yeah.
And when the fuck are the American people going to stand up and stop putting up with this bullshit?
Like, share, subscribe, share. Share it. Share it, D.
I stay sharing it.
A station.
I think it's important that people around the world know what's happening here in Lahaina, which is what? 100% lockdown of this town 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I believe there's 10 checkpoint Charlies that are manned by at least 2 people getting paid $40 an hour. That's over $7 million a year getting wasted to lock down a town. For what reason? It burned 469 days ago. Why in the world are they spending $7 million a year to keep everybody out 24 hours a day? I'm going to go to each of the checkpoint Charlies. I'm going to videotape them for you. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening here. There's at least 8, 9, even 10 checkpoint Charlies in this town. Why in the world are they doing that 469 days after the fire when not a single home has been rebuilt in the SMA zone? What are they hiding? You can see each one has got 2 guards on it. I'm going to roll up and ask the guy a couple questions. See what he says. Hey, how's it? Hey, do you know when Lahaina will be open again?
It's gonna be a while though.
They didn't say, huh?
They're still getting rid of stuff, a lot of like asbestos and stuff, so that's why they keep them up clear.
Oh, so that's why you can't go in, because it's too dangerous?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, actually, I would say in a couple of years.
A couple of years, huh?
I mean, it all depends on how they want to rebuild it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because I noticed you can go in down at South Front Street.
Go on the side, yeah.
Yeah, you go in and surf and stuff like that, so that's cool. I was just wondering how long.
To that white hotel.
Yeah. Huh. Our residents can go in though, right?
Yeah. You gotta be registered. You gotta have like a flag.
You have a car and all that stuff. Yeah.
Everything's gotta match.
I noticed I haven't seen any houses being built on this side. I see White Cooley.
White Cooley, yeah.
But nothing in here, yeah.
Nothing on this side yet. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know, man.
But I think I get to do it like the codes now. Now that everything, I mean, old school style things were grandfathered in.
Yeah.
But now everything's gotta be like up to spec.
I think it's also the SMA area. They don't want people. Well, I heard like a friend of mine's got a house in White Cooley and half the lot is in SMA and the other half is not. So the part that's not in the SMA, he can build, but the SMA side, he no can.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, there are some new rules. So
yeah. Pretty cool job, though, huh? Just chill?
I mean, it's the easiest, hardest job.
So, what, you remember what I used to do for a living for like over a decade?
Oh, yeah.
Asbestos removal.
Yep.
Okay.
You were a master abater.
I was a master abater.
You used to tell me all the time.
If the reason people can't go in the town is because of asbestos and it's too dangerous, they wouldn't let people in the side to surf. And 2, they wouldn't let the residents in there either.
Right.
Whether they got a fucking plaque or not. If it's because of asbestos, no one's getting in there.
Right. There's holes in your plot.
There is.
Just saying.
I mean, that's a big hole too. You know how fucking strict they are with that shit? Dude, you get fined like $1,000. You get $1,000 for every single, like if OSHA comes on site and you don't have like a certain document or something like that, you get fined $1,000 for each. It might be $5,000 actually. It depends on the state.
Probably 5. OSHA's a motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. So they come on, EPA and shit. They're not letting fucking residents back in that neighborhood if it's because of asbestos. It's never gonna happen. So that ain't why. All right, back to it. Glad I can help. Use my expertise.
Shortly after the 1-month anniversary of the heart-wrenching disaster in Lahaina, the locals faced a den of thieves.
When I was on the island last week, I appointed Bob Fenton, one of the nation's leading emergency managers, and I mean that as not hyperbole, who's been on the ground in Hawaii since before the fires erupted as our chief federal response coordinator.
Listen to what Biden said. He said Bob Fenton was placed there specifically for the long-term recovery of Maui. There hadn't been any fire. He was placed there before the fire, which means the fire was planned.
That's weird. No?
Here, let me help you out with my expertise.
Okay.
What I've seen over the years.
Yeah.
Biden has a tendency of saying the quiet powder out loud.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Like
always.
Every time he shouldn't say it, he does.
Yeah.
So, once again, Biden, thank you.
He's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you saw that he pardoned his son, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
bro, that reaction was priceless.
You didn't see that coming?
Yeah.
You didn't see that coming? We all knew that was coming.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play it again.
Build Back Better, is it's not just a slogan, they mean it. They're talking about building America back in a way that will be, more sensible and have better energy for our people.
Stakeholders disguised as city council members.
Are you engaged? Are you a stakeholder? Are you written? Is your name listed as a stakeholder of any of the redevelopment plans regarding a smart city? By a raise of hands, I would like to see a raise of hands. Because the information is out there. Raise of hands. I can tell you, the Department of Planning, DLNR, DBED, Housing, all of these agencies, and I'm not saying to you directly, but you're here representing these agencies, therefore, it is your responsibility to tell the truth.
We know very well that you guys, as the third largest stakeholders, the state, do want that land and can take it when you deem it a natural disaster.
And an army of federal, state, and local goons unleashing the unthinkable.
Literally cannot get over there.
That's just the way it is. I've been ordered not to let anyone across the bridge, so.
Who are the vested interests in the multi-million-dollar Lahaina property? After the state of Hawaii, Alexander and Baldwin is the second largest landowner on Maui at over 65,000 acres, and the U.S. government is the third largest landowner at over 33,000 acres. Alexander and Baldwin's largest shareholder is BlackRock Incorporated. Meanwhile, billionaires within the World Economic Forum Bilderberg Network have been forcing the locals out.
So now a billionaire comes in with his money, doing it by force, removing people out of their land.
Mark Zuckerberg, to ensure his privacy, is trying to sue Native Hawaiians that live in Kauai so he can steal their land and build a mansion, just because he can.
And what's more frightening is, FEMA, and what we fear with these land grabs is that they're going to go in and they're going to just declare the land uninhabitable. And when they do that, then it's going to give the state of Hawaii, the constitutional rights to take that land.
Now the ball is in the court of the globalists. You must prove to the people that this wasn't a premeditated genocide of the native people of Maui and a Pearl Harbor-style attack on the United States of America. Because all signs point towards a full-blown land grab by BlackRock, the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, and the American government in order to jumpstart Agenda 2030 and usher in the technocratic smart city nightmare.
And that breaking news, new details in the indictment of a Maui fire chief charged with sex assault and continuous sexual assault of a minor. The new court documents say Battalion Chief Sean Rogers began abusing the victim in 2019 when she was about 12 years old, and the alleged assaults continued for about 2.5 years. Rogers, who is 52 years old, turned himself in today after a warrant was issued for his arrest last week. Rogers is a 25-year veteran of the Department of Fire and Public Safety and was the incident commander during the August wildfires. Today, MFD Chief Brad Ventura said in a statement, "We are deeply concerned about the allegations. Mr. Rogers is not scheduled to work this week, and we will continue to evaluate this situation as more information is available."
I just added that last bit just to show you that the group of people that run this show are fucking all sick. But that's all I got.
Well,
what is your final thoughts?
I think it's pretty clear that there's some tomfoolery going on around there.
Yeah.
There's somebody's pulling the sheet over the covers or the wool of the people's eyes.
Good.
You can't pour Kool-Aid in my cup and tell me it's gravy. Because gravy ain't sweet.
Some of it is. Some gravy's sweet.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Some ain't right. So fuck these people. And I hope the next 13 generations of their bloodlines all are riddled with extreme syphilis.
They probably are already.
I hope they are.
They probably got way worse stuff with what they do. So
good.
Yep. All right. So you believe this conspiracy?
I am all in on this one, baby.
Yeah, it's obvious. Pretty obvious.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So fuck you, Oprah.
Yeah.
That ugly bitch.
Yeah. Say it with your chest. Nah, we won't do that again.
We won't do that again.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. All right. Yeah, so next week, McDonald's. We're not eating it.
Oh, Fuck you, man.
Oh,
Get my hopes-
after next week, you're never going to want to eat it again.
Get my hopes up.
After next week, you're never going to eat it again.
We'll see. I'll take that bet.
All right.
I'll take that bet.
Okay. Whatever you say, bud.
Holy shit.
All right, buddy.
Well, this one was depressing.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't that long. Like, I was worried I would have to break this into 2 episodes, but it's about 50 minutes. So
yeah. All right, brother. Well, thanks for making me distrust our government even more.
Yeah,
than I already did.
Can you do even more? I mean,
do more, do less.
Do more. The show is about doing more. So.
Holy shit.
All right, homie.
All right, brother. Godspeed, man.
Godspeed to you, sir.
You've reached the offices of the Godspeed podcast. We are currently closed. Please leave your information and someone will return your call within 24 business days. Thank you.
Nobody cares about Maui. Everyone has hopped on the Israel or Ukraine train. Maui is still burned and the land is being stolen by the government. People need to wake up and do research. People are some dumb assholes.